We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. It's the Nations Cup, guys. It's guys. We're here. We're here. You know what it is. Everyone knows that this is a very personal competition for me. This is the competition that I personally link with, and with every Nations Cup that comes through, you know what it is. The directive and the aim is for Nigeria to bring back that trophies, bring back the gold. That's one. It was the 2013 Stephen Keshi. Slow rest in peace. Legend, one of the great legends of the game. But this is about Egypt. Egypt up against Zimbabwe, and there is a narrative here. There is a storyline here. There is a tale to be written. And we can't escape from it. It's the Mohamed Salah tale, Van Dijk is in the driving seat for the Ballon d'Or. He is the favourite. I believe, as of right now, if they were doing the Ballon d'Or votes right now, Van Dijk would get it, because Argentina and Messi are flopping right now. And there is no one more deserving than Van Dijk if Messi flops with Argentina, which we expect to happen. But if Salah can lead Egypt to Nations Cup glory, I think it dramatically swings it in his direction. And I think that, for Egypt, they know that this is a huge opportunity, because, again, they were given this Nations Cup in January based on security concerns happening in Cameroon. Look, I have my own views upon how bad were those security concerns, those concerns really. But again, I don't know the details. It's a bit weird why you'd strip them off of that. But it's been given to Egypt. We ride, we go through, and I think this is definitely a good group game, a good game to open it up for Egypt. But they have to be very careful, because I have seen Zimbabwe play before. Zimbabwe don't have a superstar. They don't have a superstar. They don't have an individual guy. But they're very skilled. And if you're a steep, and if you don't take them seriously, this could definitely be like a banana peel, where they could just come and strike and just sort of shock them. So I think Egypt have to be on their utmost full concentration here. Because if, let's say, they were playing a Tanzania or a Mauritania or so forth, then I'll be like, you know what? No game is easy, but it's a very nice game just to chill, feel yourself through. I think so. Zimbabwe, Egypt should win. Egypt will win, but Egypt should not underestimate them, because the worst thing that Egypt wants is not to come away with a win. A loss would be crazy. A draw would not be an ideal way to start, especially playing at home. The expectation of an entire country, and so forth. So you obviously got El Modadidi, you've got El Neni up in there. Sorry, El Mohammedi. You have El Mohammedi, you have El Neni, of course, from Arsenal in there. And we know how good Egypt are as a team. But I think, remember, like, that core that won the Nations Cup 3 times in a row, that core is gone. Where you had guys like, I think Mohamed Zidane, Abu Trika, and so forth. That was a very, very special crew who took down the Ivory Coast Golden Generation, who took down Ghana, who were doing well at the World Cup and so forth. So that was a key team. So I think Salah, sort of it balanced itself out, because I think Egypt have their best player ever, probably in Salah, but this team is vastly inferior to that team that won 3 Nations Cups in a row. So, it sort of balances itself out. So yeah, I think for Egypt, I think, what they definitely want to do is, I think probably what they've been missing, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Hector Cooper is still the coach and he's still the manager, is I think they have to really be a lot more positive. I think there was a lack of positivity, especially in the Nations Cup, even in that final against Cameroon and in the World Cup. But I think they were maybe a bit too tactical, a bit too conservative. I think, Egypt play best when they really play on the front foot. They're a passing team, they're a technical team. The ball always stays on the ground. But intelligence, movement, intricate play, I think is key. But 100%, we can't go past the fact that it's about Salah. It's about what can they do to provide for that boy, Mohamed Salah. So I think for Zimbabwe, it's like whenever you're playing as sort of like the away team, and this is really the away team, where, like, it's on their home soil, it's the opening time of this huge competition. For Zimbabwe, I just think, you have to try to frustrate Egypt. I think that's what they have to try and do. Use the breakaway, because Egypt will be looking to play a highland, will be looking to entrench Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe, it's about, can you find that outball? Can you find the outball, and can you get your guys in good spacing, in good positions to try to exploit Egypt if they are very light at the back. So it's the kind of tactic that they should definitely be looking to try to exploit. So it's going to be hard for Zimbabwe. I think it's going to be hard for Zimbabwe. I think in this game, I definitely want to just see what Egypt would look like. I wanted to see how much they've improved from the World Cup. They were very disappointing in the World Cup. Yes, they didn't have Salah for those games and everything, but I think, didn't they also lose to Saudi Arabia as well? I think because remember, Salah can't win it by himself. That's not how football works, okay? This isn't like basketball, or even in basketball, even if your star player still needs that supporting cast. So it is critical and essential that the supporting cast of Egypt raise their game and play a lot better than they did back at the World Cup. And I think, the Egypt have to, the key positive they have in their ranks, apart from Salah, is the home crowd. And I think they have to use the home crowd to their advantage, to use that to really energize them, because I think that home crowd gives them that extra yard of speed, extra yard of effort, and makes them just that extra bit sharper and much more intense, which is what it's going to make. Just why I think Egypt will be so difficult to beat, because Egypt are beasts when they play on home. So they're beasts whenever they play in Egypt. And I think that whole crowd behind them and everything is just going to elevate them. And I keep saying this time and time again. Your psychology and your mentally, how you psychologically prepare for something is crucial. It's crucial. I think for Egypt, it's because remember, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And remember, this is 48 teams. This is going to be this I believe is going to be the longest Nations Cup that there is. I think normally in the Nations Cup it's group stage, quarterfinal, semis. But with this 48 teams, best 10 place losers, we now have to have a second round and a quarterfinal. So for Egypt, it's about, it's a slow grind. It's just about chipping away. But I think, with tournament football, you just have to find that sweet spot, your rhythm. And it's almost like your winning rhythm, where no matter where it is, whether we're winning 1-0, whether it's 1-1, whether we're 1-0 down, there is something that we're able to go back to that leads us to being in the game, creating opportunities, getting that goal. And I think for Coupe, I think that the toughest game is always the first game, because it's always like, okay, where are we at right now? What are we doing? Where is our mind at? Are we so is everything working really well? Because again, trust me, it's because the tournament really starts in the knockout stage. That's when you're facing the heavy hitters. That's when the games come a lot closer and a lot more intense. Because trust me, everyone wants to win this trophy. Because that's why I say that. But the Nations Cup is like, the continent of Africa is football mad. Okay, people are obsessed with football here, and I was even speaking to my Senegalese colleague at work, and he said that the Senegalese man, they are saying that no, it's time now. Senegal have never won the Nations Cup. They say it's time now. They have to go and win. So there is so much pressure, bro. There's pressure on those dudes in Nigeria as well to win it as well, because it's such an important competition. Even in a strange sense, I'll go even a step further. Some countries, it's almost similar to how you have City fans or Liverpool fans would rather win the Premier League than the Champions League. There are a lot of African nations who would rather win the Nations Cup than even the World Cup, because it's that whole thing of like, this is our trophy, this is our competition, this is our thing. So there is a personal sense of pride in winning the continental trophy. There is a personal sense of pride in winning it, so it is so important. It does hold so much weight and so much value. So yeah, so I think for Zimbabwe, it's going to be a tough one. I don't see them. I see them, causing a few issues here and there, but they don't have the quality to really trouble Egypt. They don't have that individual quality, that guy who can dribble, get past 3-4 guys, and offer something on his own to define or decide the game. They don't have that, So I think for Zimbabwe, if you're the coach for Zimbabwe, it's about containment. It's about being difficult to break down, having men behind the ball, double team when need be, make it difficult for Salah, definitely double team on Salah, make it very difficult for Salah to get any kind of space whatsoever, and just make it as difficult for Egypt as possible, frustrate them, waste time, Whenever there's foul, get down and just slow the. I always say this to guys: whenever the inferior team, slow the game down, because as an inferior team, your focus is trying to break the rhythm of the superior team. You can't enforce your game on the superior team if you're the inferior team. That's not how it works. You can't win like that. You have to break the rhythm of the superior team. Once you do that, that's how you then chip it, because the superior team then gets frustrated because of them believing that they should be winning the game and they should be doing better. But for Egypt, it's about patience, focus. The goal is going to come, and don't force yourself into many mistakes. Don't force yourself into Zimbabwe maybe trying to drag you into slowing the game down, and just entrust in the quality. But I think it is very important that Egypt get the victory, and I think they will. So my prediction for this, I'm gonna say 2-0. Egypt to win 2-0. I think it's a nice, quick, simple 2-0 thing. I think first game, get the nerves out of the way. I don't think they'll be fully fluent, but I think a nice, quick, simple 2-0 victory for Egypt in this game. I think that will suffice. 2-0 to Egypt.